Hey guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of Tubi Tuesday. That's right, it's Tuesday, one of the best days of the week. The third day, second day, I don't know. It's up for discussion if you are into calendars or something. Is it the third Sunday? Some people count Sunday as the first day. Anyway, I digress. This week's movie is quite a tale. I want to thank Alino for recommending the Amityville Clownhouse. Is that what this shit's called? Yes, the Amityville Clownhouse. And this is directed by one Dustin Ferguson, who, I mean, maybe this is a little bit of a hint at why the movie is the way it is. But Dustin was a very busy person in 2020. He directed around 23 movies, shorts, TV series in 2020. So I'm guessing a lot of time went into the production of Amityville Clownhouse. I feel like this is going to be a long episode, so strap in and let's go for it. Amityville Clownhouse opens up with a family preparing for a birthday party, one of the scariest things of all time, a children's birthday party. Only the children are around 29 years old, and the mom is around 35, so not quite sure how that works. But everybody's around the same age, and yet the mom is preparing for this party. She seems kind of like out of it in a way. I don't know, maybe she just does drugs. You know, these millennials nowadays. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, where's the dad, they ask. You know where he is. He's in the bathroom doing what he always does. I assume shitting. The mirror covered in moisture and water. I don't know, maybe he peed and it got away from him like a fire hose. It happens sometimes. You just can't wrangle that thing. It's a thing. So the kids come down for the party that the mom is throwing. Apparently no one else is invited, and this is kind of a surprise they're throwing for their son. I did notice the spice rack, which is very organized, and it kind of like let me into looking into spice racks, because I don't really have one. I just have like a box I put the spices in, and that really isn't working for me either. So I did like that. I will say that was a positive to this movie, so we can add 1 point to Gryffindor or whatever we do. There's also a lot of other stuff going on at this house. They got walls painted red, bright blue. There's yellow walls. It's like I'm at the circus or something. Wait a second. Clowns. And that's when the dad shows up, dressed as a clown. The titular character of the Amityville Clownhouse, the clown, who wields a shotgun and blows his family away. And that is the way you start a goddamn movie. I'll tell you that right now. That was fantastic. I think it's supposed to mirror what happened in Amityville. Now, I wasn't there, per se. I don't know why I did that. But I do recall the original movies and the Ryan Reynolds remake with all of his abs. In which case, I think the father goes crazy and murders the whole family with a shotgun. And I know it's based on a true story. And I guess that's what they're remaking here. But with the dad furiously peeing all over the mirror in the bathroom and then coming down and blowing everybody away with a shotgun is the equivalent in some way. The spice rack was nice. I'm obsessing over the spice rack. Let's move on. An intro sequence, off the chains, gonna say it right now. The keyboardist going crazy on that Casio. I don't know how he does it. And then the movie transitions. We're now introduced to new characters, young teens breaking into the house where this murder has happened weeks later or a week later like that, because they want to get this infamous clown painting. That's something I should have mentioned earlier. The mom notes something about this clown painting. Perhaps the clown is possessed with Amityville's horror stuff. So they break into this house, although the basement is like a 1920s like warehouse or something, but the house was clearly built in like the late 90s, so I don't know how it works. But again, I've never built a house, so perhaps I just don't understand these kind of things. They break into the house. There's some back and forth dialogue between the three characters. The one woman is unimpressed. She hasn't peed her pants. Perhaps she hasn't drank enough liquid recently. Maybe she's dehydrated. That could be a thing. You should stay hydrated. It's good for both your health and, well, if you need to pee your pants, you got a full, container in your area, the body thing.
And as you can tell by the dry state of my pants, I have clearly not pissed myself.
The teens decide to split up. The one guy goes upstairs. Unfortunately, they forgot to record audio or something, and the sound just kind of stops beyond the creepy music as the guy is looking around this house. We see a shadowy hand in the darkness. It was creepy stuff. Can you imagine? A hand. Meanwhile, the teens are downstairs. The woman is grabbing his ass. It's ass grabbing time. There's lots of comments about the shape of his ass, the supple ass cheeks. The man's ass, extremely supple, is what we've come to learn. Important plot beat. And that's when tragedy strikes upstairs. Cranking a jack-in-the-box. He's cranking away at this jack-in-box when out of the jack-in-box, a demonic hand comes out and murders him with a hand. Jack. I feel like there's some sort of joke in here. Hand. Just give me a second. Cranking the jacking. Fuck. And the two teens from the basement run upstairs to find their friend. They do discover the evil clown painting, and that is when the evil clown makes a return and tells them,
"You know what fun is? Fun is where I eat your fucking heart out of your chest!"
And I thought, I don't know if that's fun, because then I was kind of like thinking like, I guess the equivalent would be like chicken wings, right? Like, I guess because when you rip the heart out, it was all messy, but you kind of enjoyed eating the chicken or the heart. And when I eat chicken wings, I get all messy, but I enjoy eating them. I don't necessarily call it fun though, right? Maybe it's fun. No, it just seemed weird. Like you should have been like, you know what tastes good? When I eat your heart out of your chest. I know we've already talked about it a lot, but we still have so much ground to cover. And the movie understands this as well as they introduce the next section of the movie. I want to call them the monkey tapes, because I don't know what else you call them, where it's a handheld video recording, like a homemade video of a monkey toy, and you get a lot of angles of the monkey toy, and there's just this under drone sound, maybe like a stomach gurgling type thing, and you get the monkey shots. Let's just you want the monkey shot? You got the monkey shot. I'm just saying. Lots of monkey action. It goes on for quite a bit of while. Now maybe some would say, Chris, is this perhaps filler? And I would say, how dare you? This is just artistic license and creativity that you just can't understand. The monkey tapes? The monkey tapes. I mean, the movie already is an hour and 14 minutes. You think they need to shoe in 5 minutes of monkey tapes to keep that runtime long enough? How dare you? How dare you? And well, honestly, the monkey is important to the rest of the storyline because yet again we're introduced to more new characters. A young man, young woman, they're married at a antique like game store type thing where this monkey is now for sale. Very interesting. And that is kind of the catalyst for the rest of the movie because our young man wants to buy the monkey. He's very attached to the monkey, which is understandable because it reminds him of something from his past when he was a kid. I guess he had one of these toys. So he buys the goddamn monkey. I don't know. His wife questions, wouldn't you rather have a PS4 game? Well, you know what? No, goddammit. I want my monkey. I want my monkey. Then they take the monkey home and eat noodles. This is the scene where I feel like we need to have a heart-to-heart. Like, I get it. Like, I just recently had a birthday, and you get older. You want to try and remain as youthful as possible. You hang on to the remnants of your past. No, I'm not talking about the monkey. I'm talking about the hair. You just need to embrace it, right? You just got to shave that off, because what we got up there is like the last remnants of a dying civilization. And it's just, like, I get it. When those people were on the Titanic, I've seen the movie. Wasn't there in person. I think I wasn't alive when that happened. But the captain, he goes down with the ship because I guess he feels like it's his responsibility. But it's not. It's a bad choice. You don't need to go down with a piece of metal, and you don't need to go down with the hair. You shave it off, you start anew, you're reborn. Just like Jesus, I think. I don't know anything about that. I'm only looking out for you, okay? That's all I'll say about the matter. I'm not here to make fun of the way people look or anything like that. Actually, I am. I do that a lot because I'm a dick. But in this case, I really do think... No, I'm just being a dick. Let's just move on. But during their dinner time, a loud crashing sound happens down the hallway. It doesn't really bother him, but the wife is startled.
What on earth was that?
He blames it on the rats. Obviously the rats causing car crashes in their hallway.
Probably rats. It's that time of year.
Rats.
And that's when he says, if it'll make you feel better, I'll put rat traps up or mouse traps up in the morning. She says, yeah. And then the next thing he says is, I'll do it in the afternoon. And I'm like, what?
If it makes you feel better, I can set some traps in the morning.
Oh, I think I'd like you to do that.
I'll do it tomorrow afternoon.
Just do it when you say you're gonna do it. That's the thing, people. If you tell somebody you're gonna do something, I feel like you should do it. Lots of life lessons we're learning on this episode. I feel like this is good for everybody involved. We're growing as people, some of us physically, but in other cases, just embracing the new mindset or something. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, this is when the hauntings start to begin. This monkey, clearly a demonic influence, brought from the original Amityville house. This is festering in their household now, seeping into the mind of the guy through his patchy hair that he has on the top of his head, and festering in his dreams. I think I already said festering, but it's a good word. And he's having these nightmares. We see the original Amityville house, or one that looks like it with those windows. I actually have windows like that in my house. Maybe I live in the Amityville. Fuck me, that was a fucking hand just coming out of... There's hands coming out of everything. I don't know if hands are an Amityville thing. Does anyone remember? I'll have to go back and watch those original movies. The original one was good, if I recall. I even think the Ryan Reynolds one was pretty good. But the only thing I really remember about that movie is the 27 abs that Ryan Reynolds has, where he just tries to make me feel bad about myself. Or maybe that's just me. Well, anyways, the nightmares cause him to not really sleep very well. He wakes up in the morning. He's moody. He's mean to his wife. He goes off to work. She says she got up an hour early to make him coffee. And that had me questioning, what the fuck are you doing for an hour to make coffee? I literally do it every day. It takes about 3 minutes, and I do it in a French press, which is, I'm not going to toot my own horn here, but pretty sophisticated.
Did you sleep last night?
Nightmares. I'm running late.
What about your coffee? It's okay. I only woke up an hour early to make it for you, honey.
But she decides, while he's gone, to take a walk to the park. And you know what? It's good for the audience, too. It's kind of the most relaxing section of the movie because we get to take the walk with her in real time, which some would say is filler. But how dare you? It's creative license. It's art on display. She walks to the park. She walks some more. She sits down. She draws a gazebo, I think. Is that a gazebo? Maybe that's the Amityville window. Is that what that's supposed to be? Well, anyways, we see her draw that in real time as well. Riveting stuff. So much horror going on. At any moment, you never know when nothing's going to happen. And then she goes back home. And we get to walk with her back home as well. The neighbor's walking by with her dog. She catches something. I don't know what. She just looks at the house and then mentions to the dog, did you see that? Which the dog has no idea because, well, it's a dog, but I had no idea either. So I was like, no, I didn't fucking see it. What did you see? And I went back and I looked and I still don't see anything.
Oh, wait, baby, look.
So now the husband comes home. It's been a long day at the office. He is tired. He just wants to go to sleep. He sets the traps. He says, God damn it, I'm going to bed. But the nightmares continue. And they won't let him rest. He wakes up in the middle of the night. The clock shows us it's 3 o'clock. He says he's got to go for a drive. And so he gets in his truck and he drives. And what the fuck? It's the middle of the day. I didn't realize he was going to sleep at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Maybe that's why he can't sleep. Why is he driving around during the daytime? It's supposed to be the middle of the night. Do they really think that we're not going to notice that? So anyways, he's picking up these prostitutes then in the middle of the afternoon. He takes her back to her house, which, by the way, looked kind of nice. I didn't know that street prostitutes were making that kind of money. I guess, I don't know. Maybe I'm not here to judge or anything. It just seems like if you would think they wouldn't. I wonder if they have good health care. So then he ends up beating her because I guess the demonic possession is starting to take hold and he's not himself anymore. And then we're back with the wife who's in the attic with an exterminator. He says there's no rat droppings. What's the deal with the rat droppings? We don't know if there's actual droppings or not. Kind of siding with the exterminator because he's a professional and I would think he would know what the droppings look like, even though the husband said there's so many droppings. Oh my God. So that does lead to the confrontation and the biggest, conflict in the movie, where the husband and wife have it out about the droppings. You said there was droppings. There's no droppings. You called an exterminator? Well, the exterminator said there's no droppings. Well, I saw the droppings. But he doesn't want to have this conversation. It's been a long day at the office. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's fucking bedtime, dude. He's got to get his beauty sleep. He goes to bed, but he's demonically possessed. He ends up beating his wife in a really awkward scene. It kind of takes some of the fun out of this stupid movie. It's I don't know if we need to go this dark for this stupid movie, but he does. He beats his wife. You can't hear most of the dialogue, I should say that, because this is the point where I think the keyboardist, when he was scoring this movie, was actively involved for the first 15 minutes, because you can hear it in that sweet ass title sequence. It was he was blasting away on that fucking Casio. His fingers were on fire from the amount of fingering keyboards. But then later in the movie, about the halfway point, I think this guy's oh yeah, this is a good. Every key on the keyboard is being laid down flat on there, and you can't hear anything except for this keyboard. I couldn't hear half the dialogue.
I don't know if you remember, but a few days ago, my husband and I borrowed toy monkeys from you. You wouldn't happen to remember where you got it.
I feel like it probably wasn't that important though anyways. I could kind of pick up what was going down. So, he's fully possessed at this point. He's beaten his wife, he's beaten prostitutes, he's just not himself. She's going to take matters into her own hands. She calls the toy store to try and figure out what is going on. But the toy store man, he doesn't want to have anything to do with this. He's a really busy guy. Look at the way he types on this fucking keyboard. Look at the way he's typing. He's clearly a busy man. He has no time to do anything else. So she's got to, again, take matters into her own hands. She needs to go on the internet. Where do you go on the internet? Well, not on your smartphone, because why would you do that? She goes to the library to hunt down facts. She ends up discovering this old news segment where a cop and priest are describing this brutal murder scene. The cop is very sure it's something to do with drugs or along those lines when the priest chimes in. Well, have you seen a mirror? Have you seen a house?
Have you ever seen mirrors? Have you ever seen furniture? No, houses?
Have you seen furniture? Apparently these are all signs of demonic possession. And every time he was like, have you seen this? I've seen all those things. So I guess I'm possessed. I don't know. We introduce another new character and then a whole nother family at this point. This movie is just going on, and it's only an hour and 14 minutes long. There's some woman, she's recalling her story. We cut back to the past of the story. This lady's pregnant. There's stuff going on. I don't know why. I don't know what this has to do with anything. We introduced the monkey again. Somebody else had the monkey. I think this was the murder that they were talking about in the news story. I don't know. I couldn't hear any of the dialogue. The keyboard man still passed out on all the fucking keys. This is a 78 key keyboard too, so you get the full range of notes on this thing. We randomly get an old man's ass. Wasn't asking for it. Didn't mind it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I didn't talk about now that I say ass? Earlier in the movie, Ben, I think is the husband's name. Whew. You get some full-on Ben ass for 2 minutes. It's just, I know we talked about earlier about that guy at the beginning had a very supple ass according to the woman. Well, this is just, you know what they say in filmmaking, show don't tell. Well, whew. So you get the full-on ass there for everybody who's interested. So I'm fading fast here. We're back with this family. This woman's pregnant. I don't know why she's pregnant. She's making love to her boyfriend who looks like he's really not into it. I think he might be dead. It's hard to tell. You're only there for a second. She's then pregnant. She births in the kitchen. The grandma doesn't give a shit. She's washing a glass. She don't got time for pregnancies happening all over the place. And what the fuck is this baby? I slowed it down. I still don't know what it is. Is it like a critter, like a Furby or something? I can't tell. It never comes up again. The father in this past is now possessed. He gets a shotgun, he starts blowing people away, and you get the cool wrench scene. It's the only thing I remember. She throws a wrench. It was badass. Probably the best part of the movie, honestly. Which says a lot, I think. We're finally getting to the climax of the movie. We're back with the wife and husband. He's fully possessed at this point. There's no going back. He mentions she's the final sacrifice for Beelzebub, the devil, although it's hard to tell because, again, I couldn't really hear any of the dialogue. The wife, with the shotgun, blows the monkey away, and our hero and the husband is released from this possession, saving the day. They don't even show you the monkey being blown away, though. It's just implied, I guess. Then the toy maker sneaks back into the house, picks up all the little monkey parts, puts it in a monkey containment unit, I guess. I don't know what you're called. He takes it back to the toy store, rebuilds the monkey, like new, refurbished, I guess, and puts it back for sale. That's the movie. Whew, that's the end. We did it. We did it. And you know what? They wrapped the movie up at around an hour and 5 minutes into this thing. We still got 10 minutes left on this bad boy. That's when they introduced the slowest credit scroll I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Tubi even gave up. Tubi, 10 minutes left in the movie, said, you know what, fuck this noise, and started playing the next movie. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah. The Waldorf Clownhouse. American Clownhouse? What the hell is this shit called? Amityville Clownhouse. Anyways, that's going to do it for Amityville Clownhouse. I hope you liked this episode. It was a long one, I know, so I hope you stuck around. And then let me know down below what I should watch next week for Tubi Tuesday, because I'm always looking for your picks. And, yeah, I'll catch you here next time, guys. Goodbye.